Fuck it, let's do it live. Obviously, Bill O'Reilly is my absolute favorite comedian, unintentional comedian. A friend of mine said I should do something on comedians, so I'm doing that. This is like a list of stand-ups that I like, basically. What I can remember is kind of off the top of my head as I think about it. Um, First off, I have to mention Jeff Foxworthy because I think he's the first stand-up comedian that I can really remember hearing. And I grew up in Oklahoma, so the jokes were accurate. That was what was funny about him. And through him, I saw the Blue Collar Guys, and I saw Ron White, and I always loved Ron White. Fast forward through time a little bit. The next, stand-up stuff I got into was on Netflix and YouTube and that kind of thing. And that started with, Joe Rogan and his little kind of crew of people. I like Bert Kreischer in addition to Joe Rogan quite a bit. The rest of that little group he has around him, I don't really care for, except for Ron White again, who's still there. I really like Patton Oswalt. I think he's pretty funny. He's kind of lefty for me, but he's very funny. I really like Bill Maher. I think Bill Maher is fucking hilarious. What is that guy's name? Dennis Miller. I think Dennis Miller is very funny. There's going to be a lot of pauses and me thinking of names in this. That's unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. Let's see who else. We could get into the whole Saturday Night Live cast. I don't know if you consider them stand-up comedians or not. I never watched their stand-up, so I'm not going to count them. Let's see. Who else? Oh, fuck. Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle. I love Dave Chappelle. The Chappelle Show was fucking hilarious. And you could go down his list of side cast and shit that are on there too. Charlie Murphy was on there, and fuck, what was his name? What is that guy's name? Little known comedian, doesn't really matter. Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy's fucking hilarious, stand up comedian. I loved his whole bit about Bill Cosby and Richard Pryor, which those are two more comedians. I really love Richard Pryor and Bill Cosby. Honestly, I never thought he was that funny, and now he rapes people. So Bill Cosby rapes people. Uh, let's see who else I like. George Carlin was funny while he was alive. Um, I really like Sarah Silverman, but not for any good reasons. They're all pretty bad. Basically, I would really, really like very large dicks to go in and out of fucking Sarah Silverman. She's hot as fuck. Uh, and I kind of like that her politics aren't mine. The girl that I dated for over a year was a complete lefty. She was a communist when I met her. I think she still is probably. And, I guess opposites attract, and I find loud-mouthed liberal brunette women very attractive for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a glutton for punishment. Billy Connolly. Billy Connolly is fucking hilarious. If you've never heard him at the Royal Albert Hall, it's a great performance. Stephen Wright is funny. All his stuff's pretty old, but I really like him. Robin Williams is one that means a lot to me. Um, I enjoyed some of his movies very much growing up, and because of the trans shit, Mrs. Doubtfire spoke to me in ways like it wasn't really particularly pro-trans, but it was something saying that what I liked was okay. And I really liked Robin Williams, and I was pretty sad when he killed himself. Um, which another comedian, Bobcat Goldthwait, said that he basically killed himself because every day was pain and agony for him, and that Bobcat basically said he understood why he did it. And if his best friend, who's also a comedian, is saying that, makes me feel better about it in some ways. And Bobcat's fucking hilarious too. I like how he just does crazy random shit. Steve Martin is fucking hilarious. Uh, Craig Ferguson. I love Scottish comedians. There's something about it like my whole family is Scottish, so like my sense of humor is informed by them, and we're a bunch of fucked up, sarcastic people. Like, I guess when you come from countries where it rains all the time and you got to the country where you're at now by being forced onto tiny, tiny boats and then sold into indentured servitude for 7 years, it makes you have a good sense of humor. That's Scottish American, but same as. Uh, Lewis Black is fucking hilarious. Nikki Glazer, I love Nikki Glazer. Um, Mainly because she's like a naughty girl. Like she's a little bit like me. I'm not gonna get into that here, but I would do naughty things to Nikki Glazer. Mm, Let's see. I'm kind of going down a list of stand-ups here, just seeing what hits me. Lenny Bruce is like the OG stand-up comedian. If you've never heard any of his stuff, he was big in like the 50s. He's like the first one to do that format. You should know him. And Rodney Dangerfield is kind of the same way. He's like a legend of stand-up comedy. Um, Bill Burr can be funny, but he's kind of harsh for me. I don't know. He's he's got a man's sense of humor. Um, I guess that's about it. I'm gonna say fuck Bill Cosby again, and Amy Schumer's on this list, and I don't think Amy Schumer's funny really at all. Like, I mean, all girl power and whatever, but like I find her kind of like offensive. She's kind of like rude. Maybe that's just me. Well, I hope somebody liked this. This was me rambling about comedians that I like. I will say that I've seen a few of these guys live. Maybe we should talk about that before we leave. Um, my favorite one live was Bert Kreischer. I saw him live during COVID. They did a drive-in tour, and it was here at the Admiral Twin Drive-In in Tulsa where they filmed The Outsiders, and it was amazing. It was great. I loved that show. I saw Dennis Miller here at was that the River Spirit? That was great also. Uh, what was the other one? Saw somebody else. Oh, I saw Ron White at the River Spirit. He was kind of hammered, but who isn't? um, I didn't mention Jim Carrey. I would call him a stand-up comedian. I like Jim Carrey. Um, I saw someone else live. Who did I see live? Well, I guess they left a big impression on me. Um, Thanks for watching, guys. That's enough of this. I hope somebody enjoyed this. What comedians do you like?